Previously on Trails through Daybreak, there was a lot of internal strife in the Basil Institute and Bernay Company, setting up the next party member. Agnes also had to worry about doing an educational visitation for Aramis. Once the intro cutscene ended, I started my usual patrol of Edith and took on the triple boss in Seiden Waterworks.
A revival showing?
Are you Stephen, the guy that wrote the request? We're for Arkride Solutions. You really came. Oh, thank goodness, I was worried you wouldn't even see my request. You mentioned worrying about the safety of your father. Yeah, he got himself caught up in a suspicious-sounding new religion. What he chose to believe is his own choice, of course, but I haven't been able to get in touch with him for some time now. That's why I'd like you to try and find out if he's alright or not. That's all? Don't want us to try and knock some sense into him? I feel like that's what most people in your position would try to do. I have mixed feelings on the whole situation, to be honest, that religion in particular. It hasn't been all bad on us, or him, really. Have you heard about them? They're called LIBRA DOMINA. Never heard of it. No. Nor have I. Its fundamental beliefs are largely the same as those of the Septian Church. They worship Adios, for one. But on top of that, it's also based heavily on the concept of karma. Doing good deeds brings rewards, while bad ones do the opposite. It doesn't sound so bad to me. As I said, it's actually done a lot of good for him. My father was kind of a terrible person before he joined them, you see. He refused to work and would just spend all his time either gambling or drinking himself silly. Mom got tired of it and they eventually divorced. I didn't see him after that. Well, not until recently. When I finally met him again, it was like he was a totally different person. A friend of his apparently recommended he join the church, which he did. And the church put him back on the right track. Pretty much, he became a really hard worker and dropped both drinking and gambling. He's shown regret for turning his back on his family all the time too. I can't say it's all bad. I'm partly happy he joined actually. But I just can't shake this anxiety I feel the more I hear about them. What have you heard about them? Once people join a church, they start trying to convince anyone and everyone to join too. Recruiting more members is considered one of the good deeds I mentioned earlier, and it lets you level up as a person. Oh, that's suspicious. I've heard those who donate particularly large sums of mirror are given special blessings by their religion's guru too. My father's hoping that if he does enough good deeds, he'll be able to bring our family back together. Nothing wrong with wanting to do good things, yeah, but I'm not too sure about the recruitment and donations. The Arusha who I believe in has no interest in those things. So that's why you're worried. Yes, I mean, what if it's just the tip of the iceberg? What if there are worse things happening behind closed doors I don't know about? So can I ask you to go and check on him? This really is a job more fit for us than the guild or the cops. What should we do? Should we take on the job right now? Yup. Gray and chaos. Sure, we'll take your job on. With that solved, next step is figuring out where to start looking. You said a friend of your dad's the one that convinced you to join the church, yeah? Yes, that's right. His name is Carson. I remember hearing that he's usually in the Riverside District at this time of day. Around the terrace area specifically. I think most people that want to join a religion or have any sort of interest in it have to go through him. Good start as any. Alright, let's head to Riverside and see if we can find this Carson. Just leave the rest to us. We'll let you know if we learn anything useful. Thank you, good luck. We should go ahead and make our way over to the tourist area of the Riverside District.
You have my support, Mr. Arkride.
That looks like the person my client told me about. Hey there, you're Carson, yeah? Steven told me to come to you. Oh yes, so you know Walton's son then. I'm Carson, yes. I'm pleased to know you have an interest in our activities. Allow me to explain LIBRA DOMINA. Yeah, about that. I was kind of hoping we could hear all this from Steven's side, you know, Walton I mean. I see, unfortunately Walton is currently busy with religious service. What kind of religious service? Yes, Walton hasn't been able to make his types lately, I believe. He's helping out with services to the church. After all, types and good deeds both pave the road to a virtuous life. So if you would allow me to explain our faith to you, I will. Do you wish to join the LIBRA DOMINA faith? Well, I'm intrigued at least. Of course, I can imagine you'll need to experience the wonder of our beliefs first. As it happens though, you are in fact quite fortunate. You see, we're scheduled to soon hold the ceremony of purifying scales. The ceremony of purifying scales? What's that? Well, to start with, I should make clear that LIBRA in our faith's name is the same LIBRA of the scales. All is made equal by scales. Judgment is passed in the ceremony. Good shall be repaid with good, and evil shall be repaid in evil. So that's the particular flavor of your faith. So then, what should happen when the scales tip? Well, for those who have done much good, our guru will grant them a blessing. For one who's done little good, or one who's done too much evil, a religious leader hands down divine punishment. Oh shit! Don't like the sound of that. What does this divine punishment of yours entail? Should it be called for, they will be forced to even the scales with their own blood. Wait one moment! With their blood? How exactly? Well, honestly, I'm not sure myself. After all, I've never done an evil deed in my life, so I'm not privy to the details. You need not worry about it. As long as you earn your good deeds by preaching and typing, you shouldn't have cause to meet such a fate. Jaeger carts can be pretty hard on people who break the rules too, but I don't know. This feels totally different. I don't like it. Come and think of it, Walden will probably be partaking in the gathering too. But as easy as he might be of service, joining the ritual is the duty of all believers. Yeah, we'll take you up on the offer to see the ritual then. Might be a good way to figure out if we want to join your faith or not. Well, of course, I'm thrilled to hear you're interested. The ceremony of purifying scales should be starting momentarily, in fact. The site is a sacred place, suitable for freeing and purifying the souls of the people. Riverside's concert hall, of course, which we have reserved for our use. Now, if you don't mind, I'll head over there now so I can inform the receptionist that you'll be coming. Sure, thanks. The LIBRA Domina feels more dangerous than I first thought they would be. The silver lining is that it sounds like your client's spar is still well. I do hope we'll be able to find him at this meeting. Nothing we can do except roll the punches. Does not like everyone would turn up, though. You all be careful while we're there. Of course, a mistake could turn an entire room of disciples into enemies. To know what they're going on about with the concert hall being sacred or whatever. Anyway, let's stop these weirdos. Hello again, everyone. I've been waiting for you. I've already spoken to the receptionist about your wish to observe our ceremony. It will begin momentarily. Are you ready to join us? Join? Yeah, we're good. Show us in. Of course, come with me. Goddess Adios, we offer our gratitude on this holy day. I've done so many good deeds, I'm guaranteed a blessing. Glory to LIBRA Domina, glory to LIBRA Domina. I already kind of regret coming here, it's so overwhelming. I'll excuse myself now. May our guru bless you all. Yeah, thanks. Goodness, they are certainly passionate. They sure are, might be new and all, but I get the feeling they're soon gonna be a big pain in the ass at this rate. Honestly, I'd be out the door already, but we gotta find our client's fire first. I believe I located him. That man over there might be him. Yes, he matches the description. Generic NPC. Good, that confirms he's alive at least. What do we do now? Everyone, let us offer up our prayers of gratitude for this day, guided by the scales. Oh dear Adios, gods of the sky, we thank you for this day of salvation. Very well then, in the name of Adios, I hereby proclaim the beginning of the ceremony of purifying scales. We shall correct the injustices that have been left untouched, for right and wrong, and purify our chaotic world. We're like mindless drones than people here. Should we follow along as well? Now, we're just observers, remember? Don't gotta do anything yet. I get creeped the hell out anyway, just thinking about acting like them. Me too, I feel like even just imitating them would be an offense to Arusha. First, let us begin by rewarding those whose scales tip heavy with good deeds. Followers Carson and Dolly, please step forward. Your worthy types and deeds in attracting new followers have caught the eye of our goddess. Therefore, I grant you both the title of Honorary Evangelist. May you both be a role model for all followers of our faith. Honorary Evangelist, I'm hardly worthy of such a great honor. I'll dedicate my whole life to proving myself worthy of such a title. That's the same person we were speaking to before, yes? At least he looks happy, but with the donations and recruitments, it just feels like your classic pyramid scheme in here. To continue forward, it's time to punish those who scales tip heavy with evil deeds. Follower Watson and the two transgressors from the Yard Day, please step up. Two from the Yard Day? That's random. There's Mr. Walton, but who does he mean by transgressors? This is going from bad to worse. First are transgressions. Though followers of your faith you may be, you are insincere. You consider us deviants, going so far as to report us to the authorities. Violating the teachings of Adios is a sin heavier than any other. Therefore I shall hand down your deserved divine punishment in their place. What, screw that, you crazy cultist? You're a madman. I just stopped by for the hell of it. I'm so done with this. Let's go. And you, follower Walden, stand to receive the goddess's divine punishment as well. I'm well aware my types are insufficient and I fail to do enough good deeds. But I've been trying very hard to serve the faith by handing out flyers and recruiting people. I will serve as best as I possibly can. Please, I beg for a merciful judgment. You admit your failure at doing enough good deeds, but fail to acknowledge all the evil burdens you carry with you. You continue to fail to take responsibility for your past. Were you not a drinker and a gambler? One that neglected his family while at it? Your lack of good deeds and the heavy weight of your evil deeds tipped the goddess' scales ever away from her favor. That can't be. I thought that by repenting and dedicating myself to my faith, my sins would go away and I'd be able to return my family. That would only be possible if you even the scales with good deeds. Dare you object to the goddess' judgment? No. You needn't fear. Divine punishment as it may be, our sacred ritual will cleanse you from your sins. Open your arms wide to your judgment. I shall observe your last moments myself. Whoa, that's fatal. Now away with you free. With today's judgments, Adios' scales find themselves even once more. May you all continue your good deeds evermore so that the goddess may acknowledge you. Glory to LIBRA Domina. Praise be LIBRA Domina. This is utterly beyond the pale. Leading a religious movement like this stand is like a threat to everyone. Makes me feel sick. Let's bounce before Carson gets back. Let's chase after our client's father and the rest. Afterwards, Vance team managed to sneak out of the concert hall without being noticed by Carson. When they got outside, they saw the guru boarding a luxury sedan driven by a LIBRA Domina follower. They also saw Walden and the two transgressors being forced into a second car. Van approached the leader as they were climbing into the cars, managing to slip something onto him unnoticed. What? A tracker? Did you just attach something to the Guru's clothes? Was it a transmitter? That's the kind of thing you hear about in spy novels and such. You got it. Bit of an older model, really, but it's the same grade used by foreign intelligence divisions and such. Got it through some, let's say, less than legal means. Been waiting for a while to get the chance to use it. It'll send a signal straight to the Zypha. But let's report back to our client first. Gotta make sure he's aware we found his dad. Allow me to make the report then. Go for it. Let's hurry, gang. Van and company got into their own car and soon started following the signals shown the Zypha. Soon after, the transmitter stopped and they arrived at the last place they could trace a signal. It stopped? What? They playing an ambush? Station Street? So they've gone underground. It's quite the ideal place for any illicit activities if going undetected is your goal. Let's get after them, or we're gonna lose them. Right.
Wolf's Requiem.
Oh, there you all are. Thanks for the update. I'm glad to hear my dad's okay, but are you sure you still need to keep investigating? Yeah, shit's more complicated than I first thought. I'll let you know once they're done. Just bear with me, alright? I understand, thank you. Holding this head underneath the city with the Guru. We should probably lay low for now. Enter! I was worried this might happen. The tracker's so old its signal is too weak to accurately follow underground like this. Should we split up and see if we can find them? It's a linear dungeon. Please wait one moment. The transmitter's orbital waves are faint, but it's possible to detect them. So I use Marduk's search software. I should be able to pinpoint the transmitter's rough location. You can really do that. Can I just teleport over there? Quick travel? It works. The transmitter is currently north of us and moving farther into the ruins. You really did. That's amazing. You're really earning your keep, huh? Let's get moving. Right. This is one of Gyokomo's old hideouts. Huh, there's a funny coincidence. Anyway, we ain't got time to waste. We're going in. Several minutes before. You son of a bitch. What are we even doing here? You can shove your divine punishment up your ass. Oh, idiots, please forgive my sins. The purification ritual before the ceremony is now complete. Now I shall summon a servant of the goddess to deliver your punishment. Those flutes! One of her 6 hands, bless us with your presence. Oh, not these guys! What? That's no servant of the goddess, that's a monster! I can't believe it. I will admit that as much as I tried to make this seem like a legitimate church, this part straddles the line of believability. Unfortunately, this is the only powerful monster the artifact is capable of summoning, so I fear it will have to do. It's a little nightmare to control, I'll have you know. It refuses to do what I tell it unless it gets fed in a timely manner. What's the meaning of this? Have you been deceiving us, Father? Not at all. I never expected anyone to really believe my lies. You just happen to be gullible enough to do so. Besides, when I said I would send you to meet your maker, I very much meant it. That is exactly where you'll be going. Can't believe it. Is this the end for us? Is an apology what you want? I'll apologize all you want, so please. I'm sorry, Stephen. I'm sorry, dear. Forgive me for my stupidity. Good job on yourself, you shady bastard. I sure didn't expect you to have an artifact, though. Where do you get your hands on that thing? Who are you? No, I know you. You were at the ceremony earlier. You got us. We're Arkride Solutions, and the son of when these fine gents asked us to come investigate you. You're looking at me, then Stephen sent you. Indeed, he wanted to know if you were safe and nothing more. However, now that we know you are in danger, we cannot turn a blind eye. Move behind us, everyone. Right. You should also know that we recorded what you said earlier. I was disgusted by what I heard too. You talk of good deeds, that's all just a scheme to make you money. If that wasn't bad enough, now you're treating their lives like playthings. What are you even trying to do? You just said it yourself. All I care about is getting rich. All I had to do was dream of a plausible sounding church and flex my acting chops a little, and the mirror just flowed right in. I stumbled on this artifact by complete coincidence, but it lets me get rid of anyone who stands in my way, so I'm more than happy to keep using it. And I can't picture a better enterprise than this one. Maybe it's partly true that people shouldn't have fallen for your lies, and wanting to earn money isn't a bad thing in itself. But you're abusing the goddess' name, and your way of earning is just so shameless and scummy that you don't deserve to get away with it. Well, you're free to think whatever you want, because you'll be carrying those feelings to the grave in a few minutes. Go forth, Divine Messenger. You'll be punishing them first. Come on, we're taking him down.
Deploying shards. Whatever you need.
Okay. Cobalt Curtain as usual.
For a shard boost. Accessing. Initialize. Perfect chance.
Let's see.
Going on.
Should I didn't put any good buffs on you? Should maybe better use Flaming Prayer. More universal.
Flames! Breathe onto us! Fan! Use a shard boost to get the upper hand!
Okay, just do your usual.
Activating skill!
Over here! All for you!
Why is the range so insane? Holy shit.
Certain arts will be more effective.
Time to go all out!
Alright.
Initializing drive.
Time to go all out! Miss Claudel!
Activating skill.
Perfect chance!
Oh my god, I can't get all of you at once. No.
Keep it up! It's working!
Okay, I can, but I have to leave the safety of my of the SCLM.
I suggest we strike now! Use the Alahaba Fasna!
Delay, bruh.
A chance!
Certain arts will be more effective.
Going all in.
Cobalt curtain, activate!
A chance!
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand!
This'll hurt.
Should use heated roar from the start.
Here goes.
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand! I suggest we strike now!
Buff Forte self just to keep up the buff.
Cypher activate. There.
Activating skill.
There! Activating skill. Here I go.
Going all in.
Some more Umbra Cracker.
I suggest we strike. No, you won't.
Missed!
Perfect chance!
Nice.
I suggest we strike now. Cypher, activate! Activating skill.
Here goes.
Okay. Solve my buff setup.
Keep it up! It's working! There!
Activating skill.
Yeah! Mary! Activating skill.
Here goes.
Activating skill.
Brace yourself. Vandalize! Raid!
Boost
Here
gauge
goes.
limiter unlocked. Activating
Time
skill.
for the main event.
That wasn't too bad.
Vandalize! Raid!
Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
No level up off of that, but I got UMAT plus. No, are you alright, Father? Yes, I'm fine. Just never imagined that my pet would be defeated. Woo, now we can finally talk real. Fapping was tough, but now that you've lost, it's time for you to admit and let everyone go. Never, as long as I have this flute, I'll never lose. Get back up, you still haven't wiped the floor of them for me. What was that sound? Was it from the ceiling or the flute? I think it was both. That's bad. They're both at their limit. If he blows that fluid again, it's gonna break the breaking the monster will go berserk, which is gonna make the crack in the ceiling even bigger, and it'll bring the entire thing down. Which should I finish? Should I finish off that monster before it can happen, or try to warn a con man face him? He's probably not gonna listen. Bruh, what should I do? Okay, I need to get more law, I think. So maybe kill a monster. Got no time to stress over this. I'm just gonna finish off the monster. No, you don't. No, how could this happen? Ah! No! How does this solve this much strength left? It's more formidable than I thought. Wow, we're short on time here. What do you mean? Get the other guys out of the room. I'll handle the monster on my own. Understood, and please be careful. Here we go. Hope this works.
Give me your worst.
I have no resources. Fuck. Okay. So, Chrono Drive on self.
Zypha activate. There. A chance. This'll hurt.
Okay, now I can use my self buff.
Hurt. Here goes. Here goes. Bring it on.
Yeah, I have some regen now, so that'll definitely help a little bit.
This'll hurt.
Aerial Buster, I don't have enough for that, seriously. I can just probably attack spam him to death anyways.
You'll pay for that. This'll hurt.
As long as I do this, I don't think I can die. I can just regen my way to victory.
Activating skill.
Got your number.
Nice.
A chance. There. A chance.
Okay. Okay, now I'm pretty much good to go. Let's finish you off because I got a good bonus for once.
Full boost. Give them your all.
Brace yourself. Vandalize! Raid!
Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
Got more UMATs? Huh, whew, that was a close one. I don't think the ceiling will hold much longer either. Wait, though. So I still better hurry on out of here. I can't believe this is happening. I was supposed to be invincible as long as I had the flute. I almost forgot about you. Fine, I'll drag you out of here too. Wait, is it actually gonna seal off the entire room? For real? Wow. Phew, not a moment too soon, huh? I had no idea that ceiling was about to collapse. I'm amazed you realized, man. More than anything, I'm just glad everyone's alright. I couldn't agree more. Regardless, we're going to need to take this con man in robes into custody. Should we hand him over to the police when we get back to service? This seems a bit much for us to handle on our own. Yeah, I think that's the best plan. As for you, we got somewhere else to take you. Oh, does that mean... I'm so glad you're okay, Dad. You look like you've lost a bit of weight since I last saw you, though. Maybe I did. I'm so sorry for worrying you, son. I was just so desperate to get our family back together. The church gave me hope that I might, and I foolishly clung to it. After everything, I was led astray again. I'm so ashamed. I still have work to do to be the man I want to be. If anything, it's good to see you being so honest with yourself. Don't worry, I'll be here to support you through it all, Dad. We'll improve together, no matter how long it takes. Oh, Stephen, thank you. It's so nice seeing a happy ending. I really can't thank you enough. Nor can I. I try to think what could have happened if you hadn't come in to help when you did. Thank you so much. Don't mention it, just doing my job. The guru and his accomplices have been arrested. I'm certain it's only a matter of time before police dismantle the church itself. And the police said they would help with the care of anyone feeling a shock of the events that just happened. Now you can do your best not to cause any more trouble. Oh, of course, you've got my word on that. Well, I think it's about time we let you get back to work. Once more, thank you, and take care. Sure, same to you.
Well done, everyone. Mira deposit confirmed.
Everything went up a bit. I need more gray. What? Your safe is ringing, man. So it is. I swear I've seen this number before.
Sup, Arkride? Heard you had a bad time in Tharbad.
Ugh, not you.
Aw, what do you mean, not you? You're gonna make me cry.
Can you blame me for being worried? You people are always hovering over me and judging how I choose to handle my work. Plus, I have a sinking feeling you're only calling to bring more trouble to my doorstep, again.
Am I that easy to read? Yeah, this job's a toughie for sure. I'll cut to the chase. Would you mind coming with me to the 13th?
Huh? The 13th? Surely you don't need me to spell out what that means. You strike me as the kind of guy who'd drop by there a lot. No comment. I'm curious, what business do you have there? Oh, nothing major. But it's not exactly the place I fit in, especially as of late. So I figured I'd ask if you could tag along. Come on, help a guy out, will ya? Alright, you win. You owe me a one after this, though. Want to meet up in the C-free area? Sure thing. Oh, and don't feel like you need a rush if you got your business to take care of. I can keep myself busy while I wait. Yeah, I still haven't gotten all the quests done. So what do you want? Oh, nothing much. Don't worry about it. Guess I'll head over once I've wrapped up my other work. Call it a day from the travel menu will cause the main story to advance. Okay. I've seen students in those uniforms before. I was trying to figure out if they were going on a trip, but it sounds like some sort of special visit. I do worry about sending students off by themselves, but I must admit, I'm intrigued. We don't do things like that in the Central East. Sometimes I hear those older kids in the uniforms say something about Elsheim. Why? What are they talking about? Are you going somewhere? They talk about other cities and countries too. I overheard an Aramis student discussing an upcoming educational visitation being put on by the school. I suspect that's the annual trip. The reception to their destination varies depending on its reputation and general circumstances. I'm looking forward to hearing how this year fares. I'm sure that come winter time, the students will be buzzing about the school festival as well. Aramis's events are always entertaining, worthwhile affairs. There's something of a seasonal institution in these parts. Wait, what's this about an educational visitation? They do that kind of stuff over at Aramis. Oh, that sounds like so much fun. They would have loved to do something like that when I was younger. Sigh. Like, what am I thinking? I'm a part-time pro. That's my reality. I can't let myself get hung up on what could have been when I have stuff to do. I gotta focus on my job and keep my eyes on the future, especially for my little brother. Oh, hi there, everyone. Hey, Agnes, you're on the clock right now. I hope your boss is looking out for you. Yeah, she can handle herself just fine without me babysitting. Anyway, what are you kids up to? We were just talking about next week's school event. Julian's an exchange student, so we wanted to answer any questions he might have about it. We're also going over the merits of each plan, as well as their budgetary needs. Everything's still up in the air, though. We haven't exactly settled on anything yet. Whoops. Why am I not surprised? Not that I'm in any position to criticize. Well, at least you all seem to be enjoying yourselves. For sure, chances like this don't come around often, so we're taking our time. I'm really glad I decided to study abroad in Calvard. All the alumni I've met have been really kind people. Some people thought this trip was a little premature just because diplomatic relations are only normalized again on paper, but I don't care. I'm just grateful I have this opportunity to spend meaningful time with other students like this at all. If he's talking about diplomatic relations, I put my money on him being an Arabonian. Yes, he is. He's an exchange student who just came to our school this year. It can't always be easy living here, but otherwise we all get along with him great. When you're on the student council, it's always important to be there for people when they need advice. Oh, and it's equally important to take a break for two. We try to work in some fun when we can.
Discover the
I'm going to ask Julian for some advice to see if he can help me figure out where to go next. I wasn't able to go far back to see the film festival, so I want to visit some place that's movie related. I can't really think of anything anywhere in particular, no matter how hard I try. One of my favorite movies takes place in Krail, but that's not really somewhere I have in mind this time. The most infamous people mentioned perfect crimes by perfect perpetrators have got to be this mysterious society it mentions. They travel across the continent, masterminding all manners of schemes and conspiracies. like Ouroboros. It says their existence was first confirmed with the incident that took place in LIBRA about 5-ish years ago. They sound amazing, but so little is known about them. It's hard to even fantasize about them. What a shame. Might just may be my imagination, but I feel like I've been seeing more girls in school uniforms lately. Maybe Aramis is gearing up for some event. There are plenty of girls with modeling potential, but it's not exactly easy to get the schools to go along with it. Not that I'm always against it. If I find someone amazing who looks like she was sent by Adios herself, I'll go all in. Absolutely. I heard some new idol group debuted around here. It sounds like they perform over at Riverside. Groups like that are definitely in vogue these days. Maybe it's a sign that instead of trying to get scouted for modeling, I should try to get an idol scout attention. Those two might look like polar opposites at first glance, but they actually make for an amazing pair. Now who's going to make the first move, huh? Oh, my imagination is already running wild with the possibilities. No, Badfilia, I almost fell back into my bad habit. Gods, I beg of you, forgive this wretched, sinful soul. So which one's going to make the first move? I can't imagine how this might play out, but the suspense is killing me. That being said, people like that who are so oblivious drive me completely up. No, I mustn't say it. It's wrong for a sister to even think like that. Badfilia. All the fashion magazines are taking so many cues from the film festival lately. It's really obvious. They keep putting out all these specials about what actresses were wearing there and stuff. Definitely, I mean, it made such a huge splash. I can totally understand it. Remember that article about being the summer heat that talked about what Central Easterners like to wear? Yeah, that definitely looked like stuff you'd find walking around Farbad for sure. Wasn't there also something else about the effects that the festival was going to have on entertainment in general? You mean the one about the entire industry becoming more active, not just movies? Yeah, I can see it. There are more aisles and bands and stuff. Sounds like the film festival inspired people like that to be bold and try all kinds of new things. Well, there's so much out there now. Not that I'm complaining. As long as I enjoy it, that's what counts. Hey, now to change the topic, so do you get the impression Peter might not show up today? Maybe? I don't know. My brother hardly ever talks about any trends with me, despite the fact they're always changing. If he's gonna write for other sections of the new paper, he could at least write about fun stuff for the entertainment section or something, you know? Honestly, it might be better not to have Peter around sometimes. I mean, he can kill a mood even with the littlest things. I like him, but having to deal with the guy can be a little much.
I see.
Hey, you're not Spriggan. Why are you here? No, more importantly, why are you dragging Agnes around town, huh? Oh great, it's the annoying stick in the mud kid. Didn't realize he worked here. Don't point fingers at me, I'm just earning my keep, and she decided to tag along for a ride. Girl, I'm warning you, you better not... Albert, I think you might want to use your inside voice. Yeah, it's really to yell at people, you know? Shut up. Listen, if you put Agnes in any danger at all, I will have some choice words for you. Very choice words. Understand? Loud and clear, kiddo. Might be best to keep everything that happened in Farbad under our hats. Indeed, I also doubt he would be too pleased to learn of our numerous skirmishes with the mafia. Right, I'll make it a point to be careful what I say around him. I just can't bring myself to trust someone as shady as you. If anything happens to Agnes, you're going to have to answer to me, understand? That young boy from Aramis started working here this summer. I think he's on their student council. He's not the handiest member on staff, but he's a diligent kid with a good head on his shoulders. Although I haven't seen him much lately, sad to say. I guess the council's got their hands full at the moment. Regardless, he's still a bit wet behind the ears. Oh, I mean that in a nice way.
Indeed.
Albert's clearly living his life to the fullest, even if some days are probably better than others. It's fun to watch him do his thing. I can't help but root for him. I was so scared for Marielle when I heard she'd gotten kidnapped in Farbad. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like she's traumatized about it or anything. I'm relieved she's still the same old Marielle. She even signed herself a big story for the road. I'm so proud of her. I realize she's pretty strong in her own way. She never loses heart and always keeps her eye looking straight ahead. I won't deny that woman's article is making waves, so when you get down to it, she just happened to be in the right place in the right time. If a couple like her lets that luck get to her head, she's going to be in for a world of hurt later. The keys to a long career as a reporter are both connections and a healthy amount of duplicity. Baha! You did a good job, Marielle. Your rep on Farbad has made a pretty big splash. Looks like I made the right call to send you out there. You really think so? Oh, thanks, Chief. I guess that means I'm that much closer on being on his level. I have my concerns about how fixated you are on that man, but I'll put those worries off to the side for the time being. It's safe to say that what you've accomplished is going to help you grow even more as a reporter. But never forget, a journalist's true worth is found in what they do when they're confronted with the unexpected. Just keep trying to improve so that even when you're caught by surprise, you'll make all the right decisions. Understood, I'll make you proud. When I heard Marielle had been kidnapped, I was worried it would traumatize her and dampen her spirits. But she got right back on her feet and wrote up a top-notch article. I had nothing to be worried about after all. Her drive never ceases to amaze me. I can't wait to see where her bright future takes her. A lot of stuff went down while I was in Farbad, but I got a great article out of it. It was all worth it in the end. I wonder if Dingo's read it yet. That'd make me happy. Dude, do you hear? There's a dark secret underground district that's hidden somewhere around town. Oh yeah, I know all about that supposed place. It says a haven for criminals and mafiosos. Everybody loves to talk about it, but there's no way such a place is real in my opinion. Hey man, you never know. What might look like a regular everyday entertainment district could be hiding something underneath. You have a way of bumping into those sorts of things. You sure you haven't wandered into the place by accident or something? No, I haven't. I don't want to anytime soon either. Can we talk about something else? Wendell, maybe you. God, I wish I had your luck into running into exciting stuff. Let me have some of it.
So very curious.
I just like bicycling and want to enjoy my hobby in peace. I wish Sloth would just knock out with that kind of talk. Even if it's all just rumors, I don't want anything remotely to do with that stuff. What's with all these odd jobs? Did that part-timer girl put me up to this? So what hassle? I guess there's only so much she can handle, but still. I'll take your order whenever you're ready. You want information on Edith's criminal underbelly? I think you may have walked into the wrong place, Inspector. We're just a humble Eastern restaurant. Don't give me that bull. I know for a fact that this place is a front for Heiwei. So start talking or we'll have to make you talk. Oh, it's not a threat. Well, you're free to come down on us all you like, but it won't get you anywhere. I'll say this though, I respect your determination. I think I'm starting to understand why your superiors aren't so fond of you. You hail from the Central East, correct? Every day must be a battle at your workplace. Can't, lady. He doesn't need pity from some mafioso scum. Wait, this place is a front for Heiwei? Why am I only here now learning this? Man, now I'm bummed out. This is where my last girlfriend broke up with me. Detective, please, shut up! I'll give you two options, cooperate or don't. I'd pick the former if you cared all about your future. I like a man who can get fired up. Very well, I'll throw you a bone. It's information that's already known as the CID, but they seem to be too cowardly to act on it. God, I really don't like your tone. Fine, we'll take what we can get. Any information is better than none. You all again, I would not recommend loitering around here. As far as I'm concerned, you're just as suspicious as the people running this joint. Keep your sleuthing around to a minimum if you don't want to end up on the wrong side of the law again. Do I make myself clear? I wouldn't want to be that SID detective. He has this work cut out for him. I'm rooting for him though. If the police are able to contain the mafia, that'd be quite the boon for us. Perhaps we'll see what I can do to help, and so far as circumstances allow me. The inspector sure is pushing his luck. I'm sure the higher-ups will have a few choice words for him if they hear about this. But at least it's more productive than lazing around the station. Plus, I've got to score a solid with Almada for what they pulled on us back in Farbad. Hell, the more I think about it, the more I feel like I have to go along with the inspector. Count me in. Calhoun's so stiff and serious, and he tries so hard to ignore me, but that's about to change. I just took all of last month's unfiled leaflets and sales slips and dropped them in his lap. And I bet he's freaking out right this second. Once I offer to help him out of his jam, he'll have to notice me. I heard a lot of crazy stuff went down at the film festival. It was the first time I ever felt worried about my dad. For all the bad blood there is between us, I guess I'm not against at least sitting down and asking him about what happened. Oh man, I'm so pathetic. How can I be friends with those two girls yet so bad at reading their minds? I'm such a doofus. Oh, looks like the movie theater changed its banners. Guess so, they used to be for Golden Blood. Now it looks like they're advertising Wolves Requiem. Could be a result of the awards of the Farbad Film Festival? That's what I'd put my money on. It's been like that with other film festivals too. Where a movie takes top prize always sees a big jump in moviegoers. Plus, for as popular as Golden Blood has been, its box office earnings were starting to taper off anyway. So it makes sense they'd switch out the banners now to promote the latest hot thing. That's true, I've been seeing all kinds of things leaning in that direction lately, and not just movie theaters. It feels like every magazine lately is publishing interviews and specials about Nina. At this point, she must be getting as much media exposure as Judith. Perhaps that's probably her agency striking while the iron's hot and getting her out there, you gotta figure. Especially while Judith's got tabloids like BuzzFeed going to town on her, ranks pretty much wherever they please. However, indeed, I saw a headline recently that claimed she was brewing after she lost the award for Best Actress to Nina. As if she's the type of chick to stay down in the dumps over something like that. Exactly, if anything, I imagine it would light a fire in her to work even harder. Hell, I've seen those rags claim she's even got herself a boyfriend these days. Oh, is that true? They're tabloids we're talking about here. What do you think? Doesn't matter if what they publish is real or total bullshit. As long as it makes some money, that's what counts. So don't go taking them at their word. Though I gotta say, a certain someone seems awful invested in the woman's love life. I'm not sure invested is the right word for it. It's just a little surprising to hear that out of nowhere. But you're right, it's good to be cautious with those. How's the ice cream lady over there doing so much better than me? If you're going to buy anything before going to the theater, why wouldn't you make it popcorn? Everybody knows I'm the guy who came up with the idea of eating popcorn while you watch movies in the first place. It's just not right. Maybe it's because you keep trying to bullshit your customers. Ever think of that? Maybe it's just me, but I feel like that popcorn seller's been staring at me a whole lot lately. I wonder what his deal is. Wait a minute, does he think of me as a rival? Is he challenging me to a vend-off? Well, if that's the case, challenge accepted. I put so much research and effort into my sweets. There's no way I'll lose to some popcorn.
Why not buy
I'm not surprised Wolves Requiem won the Best Direction award. It wasn't my choice, but better than that Golden Blood. There's no obscene content in that movie, unlike Godey's trash. You can tell it has respect for the motion pictures that came before it. It's no match for the greatest films the medium has produced, but as a piece of mass market entertainment, it's good enough.
Showing on screen 1 will soon.
I must say, when the death of Vegas Films president Gaspar Dillon was announced, we were all in complete shock. And that's without going the rather dark, unfortunate rumors being reported on him as well. Even if his legacy is an imperfect one, I know for a fact that his passion for the Farbad Film Festival was genuine. I had a chance to speak with him before he passed. His eyes lit up as he described how novel and groundbreaking the festival was going to be. It's a miracle that the film festival was still able to proceed under such trying circumstances. I'm sure he must be pleased up there in heaven. I'm not scared of watching Midnight Memories, really. I'm just waiting for Mama to come back from the restroom. Going into a theater without permission is wrong, you know? If she doesn't get back until after it started, that's okay. It's more fun if we watch it together.
On screen 2.
More and more information is getting a trickle out about the death of President Gaspar Dillon before the Farbad Film Festival. In the immediate aftermath, details about it were suppressed, which sent the industry into disarray. Thankfully, things are subsiding now. Although Vegas Films continues to be shut down for now, it looks to be only a matter of time before they bring on a new president and resume work. I imagine Salvatore Godey's popularity as a director went a long way toward garnering the support needed to rebuild the company.
Thank you for your visit today.
The Long Last Perfect Driver 2 had its big premiere, and sorry it hit. The previous movie was certainly popular as well, but a certain guest appearance in this new one is probably to thank for its big reception. I should also mention we're now rerunning Wolves Requiem as well. That's the movie that won the award for Best Direction. Despite only being shown at night, it is drawing in audiences as large as our daytime showings, which speaks volumes about its quality. Okay, Perfect Driver. Alright, who should I invite? I can only pick one person. Damn. Reset. Oh, I can pick one other person. Okay.
Thank you for your visit today.
Tickets for Perfect Driver 2. It'll be 600 Mira for free. We decided to let everyone loose so we could watch a movie during his work break. After inviting some company to tag along with him, they made their way to the theater. Philip, a young, fledgling Z1 race car driver, is the son of Louis Adler, the legendary racer. Tormented by the crushing waves of his father's legacy, Philip rebels against him, showering the bond they held in the process. Shortly thereafter, Louis gets into an accident and perishes on the spot. With little time to process the untimely death of his father, Philip is thrust into the Grand Prix, his focus fractured and his will dwindling. But then, in the final lap of the race, when all hope of victory was nearly lost, the words of his father echo in Philip's mind.
The thing you gotta aim for ain't the finish line. You're gonna have to think way beyond that. If you want to be a legend, set your sights on a goal to call your own, then speed past it.
Unbelievable! Philip's taken the lead. He's past last year's champion, Max. Look at that little Lino of his go. Something's really lit a fire in him. Nothing's gonna stop him now.
That little punk didn't even spare me a second thought. Who on earth is that kid racing here?
I found it, Dad. I found my goal beyond the finish line. I just wish I could have found it while you were still here. I'm going to leave you in the dust, Louis Adler. I won't stop racing until I override every legendary record you ever set.
I felt kind of sad watching that movie, to be honest. I guess having such an amazing dad isn't always so easy. It definitely didn't look like how things are between you and your dad, that's for sure. You don't feel any kind of pressure even a little. I'm sure the adults among the warriors must have high expectations for you. I don't know, I don't really think there is. My dad's like my guidepost, he teaches me so much. I want to be someone like him when I grow up. Gotcha, knowing what I do about the two of you, I can see how you feel that way. Maybe if Philip was more dedicated like you are, things would have turned out a lot differently for him in the movie. I still feel slightly on edge after watching that film, albeit in a good way. The races were so engrossing, I could feel my hands tensing up before I even knew it. For a movie that puts the human trauma front and center, they still put a lot of effort into racing. I'd love to hop in the passenger seat with a pro driver like that sometime and feel what it's like to whip a car around like that. Gotta be wild. I will say, ordinarily I strive to provide a safe, comfortable riding experience for my clients while driving. However, if you wish for me to make an exception, I can certainly show you what I'm truly capable of. I'm gonna be real with you, Rosette. I'm more than a little tempted to take you up on it, but let's not get up to any trouble, alright? As you wish. Hey, looks like you're still in commemorative brochures for a movie. Maybe I should pick one up as a souvenir. Purchase. Having finished our break, Grant and his crew resumed their work. Albert Granger et al. With special appearance by Maxim Lugon. A human drama that explores the love and struggle between a young Z1 racer and his famous father. Philip's rebelliousness causes a falling out between him and his father, a legendary racer of the past named Lewis, Albert Granger. Before they can patch things up, Lewis tragically dies in a sudden accident. Philip, now wrestling with regret, speeds ever onward towards his next race. What happened to Perfect Driver 1? I'm guessing that Lewis is the protagonist of Perfect Driver 1.
That's fair.
I tell you what, Verne stocks have been on a real roller coaster ride lately. It's making my head spin. One minute they have LSM cash out the wazoo for the film festival, next their subsidiary gets slapped with a patent lawsuit. They've got a high floor thanks to their federal contracts, but man, they've been putting out fires left and right. And those reparation funds are a ticking time bomb. Once they dry up, all those stocks could go kaput. Their CEO is, well, let's just say he doesn't have the best reputation on the market floor. He's a real knee-jerk kind of guy, always moving to put out fires in the short term at the expense of the long term, especially for stability. Something's gotta give there. He can't keep doing that much longer. You ask anybody on the street and they tell you ETWS is where the luxury's at. But the other companies want a piece of that market too. They're putting out their own high-end models. It'll be really interesting to see how they each do luxury, and you bet I'm gonna be comparing their specs. I heard they're showing them off at Basil's Motor Pavilion before they hit the market. Man, I'd love to head over there someday. That new Mafia Almada, they've really wrought havoc on Edith. Those guys have no moral compass at all. Peddling drugs, extorting money from innocent people? Tish, make sure you don't get tangled up in one of their schemes. They're getting more crafty by the day. Now, we're no strangers to dealing with smugglers and gangs here in Edith. That just comes with the territory. But how they're laying the whole black market on fire like that? Unless they've got some kind of stash or hideout in Edith, it just doesn't add up. I've dealt with my fair share of reporters in my job, but that dingo Brad guy's stumping me. What's he really after? He knows more than he seems to let on from the times I've worked with him. I don't buy that he's just some meld journo. Feels like getting involved with him is only asking for trouble though. I'd best keep my distance. There's all kinds of reporters out there and we need to make sure we treat them all fairly. Some of those guys try to kiss up to us or appeal to emotion shit like that. But sometimes they just need to back off. Confidential information is usually confidential for a reason.
That policeman looks so cool!
I didn't expect to run into you here. Something's up. Just wanted to check out a few things before this interview I got in Messeldam. Messeldam, huh? Sucks. What's going on over there? Just hearing that name makes me think of those guys. Yeah, shame too. That place is real beautiful. Has a great view out over the Northern Sea. The last I heard, they've already moved their operations further inland. The police and the guild are all over them, so they're lying low for the time being. I suspect they'll be back at it soon enough. Tish figures, and here I thought I could finally relax for a bit. While you catch wind of anything on your end, I'd appreciate it if you kicked it over my way. You got it. No credit where it's due. Mariel put out a pretty decent piece on Farbad. She's been running around all over the place lately, but I guess there's a method to her madness. We've had an uptick in reports from victims of these just awful crimes. My heart aches when I listen to them. They really run the gamut. Fraud, assault, gang violence, business violations, even some strange reports tracing back to the church. Criminals may be diversifying, but their targets remain the same. Poor innocent people. Crime never changes. Of course, crime isn't all we handle. We get folks turning in lost items, asking about public services, that kind of stuff. There's a lot to handle, and it all goes through me as the receptionist here. I do my best to make sure everybody's needs are met. I tried to be clear and concise with people's questions, so our visit goes as smoothly as possible. Or is a subtle thing? Behind the obvious shapes and colors lie abstract feelings and emotions, and that's what makes artwork so important. What may appear unimportant on the surface can turn out to be vital in understanding the bigger picture. You need to firmly grasp your subject. And for me, there's no subject more enigmatic than Treon Tower. Something about it just speaks to me, and I'm driven to find out why. If I can put that abstract quality to the canvas, I'll understand this feeling deep inside me and share it with the whole world.
Let's see what we've got.
Okay, darn danger. Due to various reasons, I cannot reveal the details of this request here. Please forgive me. Danger is approaching my lady, and I need your help to save her. I shall explain everything in person. I will be waiting beneath the overpass in the Seiden District. Okay, that's all the boards checked. We have 3 jobs on today's docket. Yeah, we've already hit our quota, but if you guys want to take care of this one too, then I'm game. Alright then. Kirk's got talent, but his stubborn streak isn't making him any friends. Well, aside from Simon and me anyway, I guess that quirk of his is what makes him interesting. He acts all standoffish, but then every so often, he turns into a spoiled little kid. He just refuses to eat peppers. Can you believe that?
Toward the Seiden District on the Edith Expressway has stopped due to a rear-end collision.
If that's all you got, don't you catch on after losing over and over again? Gosh, I hate this arrogant ass, but I gotta admit he's good. That ain't just dumb luck. Simon's probably the only one who can take him on at this point. But Kirk, a little advice from someone who's been around longer than you. Pride comes before a fall. Sounds like you're just mad because you're bad, but thanks for the advice. Hey Saba, I'm just built different from most of the players here. Anybody can practice here, of course, but man, sometimes it gets hard to practice with those guys around. I can feel their jealous eyes on me. Is Simon really the only player good enough for me? I don't care if it's somebody talented or just a physical freak. Just give me something. Oh, it's you. Hey, thanks for helping out with that whole thing with Mark. Those boys he got wrapped up with are still going and causing trouble, if you could believe it. They're just acting like nothing happened after they sent one of their own guys to die. Makes me want to puke. And they're still getting new members. Guess some numbnuts out there think they're cool. We ain't all got clean rap sheets, but that doesn't matter here. We all leave it all in the court. Everybody has stuff on their plate, but you can find common ground. Find a place where you belong, if you just get help and talk to the people. But the gangs don't give a shit about that. They just drag people down and don't let go, being miserable for the sake of it. Makes me sick. There ain't no road to recovery, it's just a downward spiral. Ooh, that request from the Renee Company is really taking the lion's share of my attention. And upper management is already at their wits' end with that litigation debacle. Red Star and ETWS are poised to cause even more problems if we don't keep their power and foreign ties in check. But then there's the rub. We find that perfect balance and we put a king's ransom in our pocket. This case is proving to be a cut above what we usually handle. I'd like to be there in the thick of it to make sure it all goes smoothly. But perhaps a little pick-me-up first wouldn't hurt. Well, I'm stuffed. I'm set and I've got 2 hours to burn before my next job. Guess I've got some time for that little thing you asked me about. Oh yeah, sorry for asking when you're so busy. It'd be a big help if you could, though. Come on, loosen up. You're a B rank, right? Gotta learn to be more casual on the job and let the rank speak for itself. Now let's see if we can keep up with my full course treatment. Yes, sir. This is like Jen or Elaine level client I'm working with here. I can't mess this up. You got a long way to go, but you won't do it yourself any favors by rushing your steps. Take it at your own pace. You got me? Old Man Hazel has a good eye, you know. The promotion will come around when you're ready for it. Oh, I know. I just want to get this monkey off my back, you get me? I want this promotion for a while. I really want to land on Elaine's radar soon. If I can get her to train me, I'll be on the fast track to a promotion. And what was that? Oh, nothing, yeah. You know, I've been wondering, how come you switch to skewers at night? I mean, it still tastes good, but why only at night? I'm a soba man, so that's why I sell during the day. But I see skewers right there. But I had some regulars telling me they wanted some skewers to go with their drinks after work. So I threw them a bone and here we are. Damn, that's dedication. Not every vendor goes out of their way for customer requests like that. Hey, so you think you could start stocking some Eastern sweets for customer requests? Sorry, request declined. I'm a soba man, that's all I've got. Sweets aren't really my forte. But I'm doing a customer request. I want to do it right. I'm just not the guy to ask for those. Sorry. Rumsfeld is out of the office at the moment. I can help you with whatever security concerns you may have, or if you have a service request, you can reach out to Cremona. Young Miss really worries me lately. Is everything alright with her? Rumsfeld left me in charge here, but would I be more help out there? So Polanski, you really think the Republican Party has a shot at taking the chamber back? The Patriot League plays everything close to the chest, and I'm sure you've heard those grumblings about some mysterious Verne contract. I'm worried that we'll be left behind if we don't follow suit. We have to respond, don't we? I understand, Jennifer, but I assure you, the party is not just standing idly by. Look before you leap, as they say. A better opportunity may be waiting just around the corner. A politician must be decisive, but not hasty. They must know when the time is right. Is that party policy or just your personal approach? It was just my intuition speaking. I suspect you'll get similar answers from my fellow partymen, though. We've taken away plenty of hard lessons from those long years in the Rocksmith, to say nothing of the current administration. Politics is all about negotiating and bargaining. You need to know how and when to play your cards, and indeed when not to. That Fox thinks he's some big shot just because he's cushy with Rocksmith. He's about as far across the aisle from Rocksmith as one could possibly be, but he could be my end. Jennifer seems to be expecting me to make a move, but now some big initiative as the heart of the party. But But speaking from experience, I prefer not to be so rash. The bigger picture is more complicated than she makes out to be. I understand she has her own interests, but her own agenda to push, but she could stand and think a little more critically about this. The young miss would normally be hanging around in the lobby at this time of day, and she's not in her penthouse either. Where could she have gone, I wonder? It's a little early for her usual walk, and she's been gone for longer than usual. Rumsfeld has been acting strangely too. Something smells fishy. Yo, we got a request from Rumsfeld. You the guy? I'm the spriggan from Arkride Solutions. Oh yes, thank you. It's good to put a face to the name. Your request entails something about rescuing a young lady. Yes, let's get right to it. I don't have much time. The lady in question is Berzelia, daughter of the CEO of the Bank of Edith. My name is Rumsfeld, and I serve as a young Mrs. Butler and bodyguard. Oh wow, that's one of the biggest financial institutions in Calvard. They have a watertight reputation from what I hear. They do everything by the book. A lady with class. Nice. Take notes, Ashton. Okay, so what's the situation? Right, Rinkin is ashamed to admit, but she's been kidnapped. We don't know who the perpetrator might be. It only just happened last night. As her caretaker, I am just... Yeah, that's serious. I was worried that's what it was. Sounds pretty dire. Did the kidnapper make any demands? What information do we have to go on? Well, a young miss is a semi-permanent resident here at the hotel penthouse, you see. Her father arranged it for her, hoping it would let her live more on her own terms than if she were at home. But last night the young miss slipped away for a night to herself and she failed to return. This morning we found a ransom note delivered to the hotel written for the president. We have your jar, 10 million mira in cash. Bring the money to the exchange point. Bring police or racers and we'll kill her. Indeed, some individual or group has captured her. The culprit also sent a mobile terminal Berzelia has been using. You're meticulous to a terrifying degree. That's why I turned to you. We need your help to investigate these villains. We'd also like you to accompany her father to the exchange point. Oh, I getcha. They said no police or bracers, but maybe they'll count spriggan as an exception. Okay, we're all taking this on now? Yes. Law and Gray. We're on the case. Thank you ever so much. I knew I could count on you. So first off, can we talk to Dad? Where is he? Well, the CEO, her father, is often busy with his work. He's currently overseeing a project to bring orbital network coverage to rural areas in Calvard. As this involves traveling to said areas, he has no network signal out there. We've been unable to contact him. So it's not even ignorance. He's just so far out in the boonies that nobody can get a hold of him. Go figure he isn't around when his kid needs him most, though. What, did he tell her he was going out for milk or something? Have some tact, Aaron. Yeesh, talk about bad timing. So that pretty much puts him out of the question. We gotta do this on our own, sounds like. I did observe some strange behavior that might be relevant to the case. Lately, Berzelia has been refusing her bodyguard's company when she goes out. She frequents the Tyrell District on those days. I see. We would keep watch on her from a distance when she would go there. And we found out she had befriended this young man who, pardon my judgment, he has the air of a ruffian about him. Huh, could he have roped Berzelia into something shady? Well, in spite of it, their interactions were surprisingly cordial. The young man would buy her ice cream, take her to movies. By all accounts, they were simple friends. We had thought she was in good hands and that we could give her space, but evidently not. I see, that makes me curious about the young man's background. Same, let's get to work. First up, Tyrell. Hey, how much time do we have before they offer? We do have time. By all means, take whatever time you need to investigate. The criminal specified Dirk Memorial Park as the exchange point. I will await you at the park's entrance. Once you complete your investigation, please rendezvous with me. Sounds like a plan. Is the butler going to be the culprit? Alright gang, let's get out there and start digging for clues. Let's hit up that ice cream vendor first, see what they have to say. Understood, I'll keep tabs on the time we have left until the handover.
Okay, time to get to work.
Cream.
Hi there, I'm a private investigator working on a case with my assistants here. We're looking into a couple of people for one of our clients at the moment. Have you had a rich-looking girl stop by your stall? By any chance, she would have had a young guy with her, something of a delinquent. Oh yes, I know exactly who you must be talking about. They look like the last pair together, so they struck out like a sore thumb. That's great. Can you tell us more about them? Do you remember what they were talking about? What was your impression of them? Let me think. There were two people who seemed about as different as you could get. They were getting along unusually well, like they were pretty good friends. The guy looked like a bit of a rough character, but he was telling her all kinds of things about the Tyrell District. As for a girl, she seemed pretty worried about her relationship with her dad. He was being pretty sweet and trying to give her advice from what I could hear. That's interesting, so she was talking about her family. Judging by what Rumsfeld told us, it definitely sounded like she and her father weren't all that close. Maybe that's been bothering her. Can you tell us a bit more about the guy? Anything that stuck out about him? Every little detail helps. I mean, he didn't seem all that remarkable to me, so it's hard to know to say. But he did seem surprisingly naive for a guy who otherwise looked like a troublemaker, I can tell you that much. I also heard him mention that his mom runs a general store over in Old Town. Wait, that guy? Did you say general store? Heh, if all the people it could have been, it had to be him, huh? Wild. What do you mean, Mr. Arkride? Does it safe to say you might know the identity of the young man in question? Yeah, you could say that. Think about it. Old Town, general store, deadbeat son. There's only one guy I can think of who takes all the boxes. I'm talking about Eddie, son of the lady who runs the Newberry General Store. Oh, now I get it. You must be right. I've heard rumors that before he likes to go out partying at night. We still don't know how the hell a guy like him wound up meeting such a rich girl, though. There's gotta be more to this story still. We need to find more info. If we're looking for someone else to talk to, why don't you try Macmillan Cafe? I've seen the two of them talking on the terrace before a handful of times. Someone there might know something. I see. Thank you for the information. We'll be sure to look into it. Hi there, I'm a private investigator working on a case with my assistants here. We're looking into a couple of people for one of our clients at the moment. You see any young rich girls hanging out with a rough around the edges guy around here recently? Doesn't have to be a big leader or nothing. Whatever you know, we appreciate it if you share it with us. Oh, a private investigator, huh? That's a neat job you have. You wouldn't happen to be that famous spriggan everyone likes to talk about in these parts, would you? Spriggan, sorry, I got no idea what you were talking about. That'd be rude, but we're pressed for time. We know those who have been to this cafe and we're looking to find someone who can tell us more. Sorry if I offend you. Just not every day I get to talk to people like you. Anyway, I definitely know who you're talking about. I've seen those two people sitting at a table over there a lot lately. They get up to some pretty interesting conversations. I know it's rude, but I can't help but listen in on them, you know? May we ask what they've discussed in these conversations? Well, earlier the girl was talking about asking him all sorts of things about kidnapping. What, did she stage a kidnapping? Like, what sort of cases there have been before? What goes into kidnapping someone? Stuff like that. He had a serious expression on his face, but she looked happy and excited for some reason. If only she'd thought to ask me. I'm an expert in that sort of thing. I could have told her everything she wanted to know and then some. This woman appears to have some very peculiar interests. Man, this girl we're after must have a weird idea of fun. Who goes around talking about kidnapping and shit in public, huh? But hey, we definitely know what's going on here, don't you agree? Yeah, although we still don't have enough proof yet to be sure. Or I don't know what you guys are going on about, but it sounds like you were able to figure something out. Glad I was able to help. Oh, one more thing. That guy seems to run with a pretty tough crowd. You better be careful if you're going to keep investigating him. What sort of people are you talking about? From what I overheard, he belongs to the Desire. They're a nasty gang, fighting, stealing, blackmailing. You name it, they've done it and more. Those people aren't above doing anything. Whatever it takes to get what they want, they'll do it without blinking an eye. I don't think that guy understands what he's gotten himself into. He seems to believe they have more honors and morals than they really do. The girl didn't seem to know any better either, and just went along with what he had to say. We've talked to him before in the past. His name's Eddie, and that was more or less the impression he gave me, yeah. That makes me think they might just be using him for all he's worth if his outlook toward them is that rosy. That's what I wanted to warn you about. It's not him you need to be concerned about. It's the people he works with that could be a problem. Right, it's entirely possible Eddie's being put up to something without realizing it. Thanks for a tip. You've given us a lot to work with. Now that we know all of that, where should we go next? I think we've got a good handle of what's going on here. Now we just need to confirm our findings and go from there. For now, we should go figure out what's going on with Eddie. Time to take a trip to Newberry and Old Town. Hey Brenda, I'm dropping by because of a job. I wanted to ask you about your son. Mind telling us what your kid's been up to lately? Oh, Eddie, should I be worried? Did that boy might do something? No, nothing. Nothing to be alarmed about. We're looking into something and we thought to ask him a few questions. How's he been doing lately? Feel free to go into as much detail as you can, please. That's a relief, or as much as can be, really. I get no end of stress when it comes to that boy. As for how he's been lately, something does come to mind. He usually doesn't have a single merit to his name and will constantly demand I lend him some, but he looks like he's doing well lately. Actually, he's even said he finally paid me back all he owed. Dude could be doing a whole lot worse, but you don't look too happy about it. I know for a fact that boy doesn't have a job, not even a part-time one. The money he's been getting is coming from that gang he's part of. And if that's not enough, they said they might promote him if he did go to his current job, if you can believe it. I think he mentioned it having to do with helping the girl he'd met, but I didn't really get it. The plot thickens. Must be some big shit he's up to if they're offering him authority. There's also the matter of the girl in question. At this point, I believe we can more or less piece together what his task entails. So Eddie's really up to something dangerous, isn't he? That stupid son of mine. Can you please lend him a hand? Despite everything, I'm still his mother and would hate to see him hurt. Don't even need to ask. Neighbors gotta look out for each other. I'm glad we finally got done talking to Brenda. That was a lot. We have everything we need to report back to Mr. Rumsfeld now, don't we? Correct. Considering when the two sides are supposed to meet, the timing couldn't be better. Which means we're heading over to Dirk Memorial Park next. We'll take the time to go through all the info we gathered and come up with an action plan. Fine by me. You're the boss. Oh, remember you guys, you helped us out with our monster problem earlier. Thanks again for all that. As you can see, we're back in business thanks to you. A few areas still need work, but they'll reopen when they're ready. Hopefully we'll see a good uptick in visitors when all's said and done. Oh, it's so good to see you all. I gather your investigation into the culprit has finished, yes? Will you please inform me of what you found? Sure, we've more or less figured out what led to all of this. It's gonna take some time to explain, so we'll go one step at a time. First thing you should know is your girl's been hanging out with a local punk named Eddie. He's part of a gang known as Desire, though he hasn't really fit in with them that much until now. Desire, I've heard of that group. People say they're so ruthless and cunning, even the police closely monitor their movements. It's true, yet despite all that, it seems Eddie's been making a fair bit of money lately. In fact, it started happening right when he and Rosalia first met. We have reason to believe these two facts are connected to each other. I think I understand what you're trying to say. Essentially, you believe that this Eddie fellow is receiving payment in exchange for befriending my lady. Yeah, something like that. Considering who he hangs out with, it makes sense that Desire would put him up to this. Although it's possible the money might have actually come directly from Rosalia herself. I see. To that end, we've uncovered evidence that appears to tie all this together. According to his mother, Eddie said something rather peculiar to her. Namely that if his so-called current assignment went well, he would be promoted to the gang's upper leadership. Concerning the timing of the statement, it feels all but certain that this assignment in question must refer to kidnapping and ransom. I see, I believe I understand the situation now. Basically, it was Eddie who committed the kidnapping, while Desire was the organization that masterminded it, correct? Yeah, but it gets shadier than that. From what we've heard, your little princess was all too happy to have those goons whisk her off and hold her for ransom. She was, It checks out the more you think about it. Long story short, the whole thing is real kidnapping, a staged kidnapping, both. The truth of the matter is, this kidnapping is both real and staged at the same time. I will admit, I had the faint suspicion that deep down that may indeed be the case. Then let me rephrase my earlier assessment. In this essence, my lady initially devised the kidnapping to be staged. However, now Desire is involved. They're now attempting to turn it into an actual one with genuine stakes, yes? Bingo, they're only pretending to help her with her plan. But in reality, they're after a much bigger payday. Yeah, that's the score. They've got a nasty reputation for a reason. If only I'd paid greater heed to my lady's loneliness. Perhaps she wouldn't have felt the need to go to such extreme lengths. I'm so sorry. I can only imagine how you must feel right now. It is what it is. We can't take back what's already happened. I think more than anything, she's trying to test her old man and see if he'll choose her over his work. Moving along, I believe the main question now is how to go about addressing the ransom itself. You do not have to respond to their demands. We can attempt to ambush them instead if you prefer. No, that's quite alright. My lady's safety is absolutely paramount. As much as I would prefer to avoid doing so, I'm fully willing to offer the money if that's what it takes. Are you sure? 10 million mira is a massive amount, even for a president of a bank. Indeed it is. Nevertheless, I am prepared to take full responsibility for such a loss. I'm certain that if my master were here, he would come to the same decision without a doubt. As you wish. Alright then, we'll play things straight with them. But keep in mind, we're talking about a gang that had the guts to pull something like this in the first place. I don't think it's realistic to expect those goons to be on the up and up when it comes to the time to make the exchange. Best we stay flexible and see how they act. Depending on how it all goes down, we may need to shift gears. If we do, we might still be able to get the girl back without you having to working over any Mira. No promises, but we'll see. I appreciate the consideration. It's clear how professional and thorough you all are. Regardless, we still have some time remaining before our meeting with my lady's captors is set to commence. Shall we wait here until it's time to depart for the rendezvous point? Let me give it some thought. Stay and wait. Might as well, we're all set on our end. Actually, before we go, I doubt those goons would take too kindly to all of us rolling up at once. We should keep the number of people who meet with them to a minimum. You okay if it's only me who tags along? Certainly, that sounds like a wise suggestion. If I may make a suggestion, Mr. Arkride, why don't you pretend to be my subordinate? Never thought I'd be an under butler. Works for me. But you don't have a butler outfit, do you? In that case, the rest of us will remain close by so that we can quickly move in, should you require assistance. It feels like Roselle would be better for this job because she's already in a maid outfit. That sounds like a plan. Be careful, you two. Knock him dead, Chief. Let's see those hostage negotiation skills of yours. Thanks, you guys. Stay sharp in case things go south. Several minutes later, Van Rumsfeld arrived at the location designated for ransom delivery. With only moments to spare, the two came prepared, hauling an attaché case full of Mira. There you are. Rumsfeld, you came. Oh, my lady, I'm so relieved you're all right. Whoa now, let's not count our chickens before they hatched. We specifically asked for the girl's pops to come to the trade-off, but I don't see him anywhere. What's the deal? Don't tell me he's the guy next to you. I find it a little hard to swallow. For once, you're not too old, hon. For once, you're not a DILF. No, the master is currently away on business in a remote region. We, as our bodyguards, have been dispatched instead. Sorry, I'm not the guy you're looking for. But don't worry, we still made sure to bring what you're really after. We got 10 million Mira right here. Should be enough to satisfy, yeah? And it's good enough. You did the bare minimum you were expected to, at least. Sucks to be you, though, eh, girlie? His own daughter got nabbed and your old man just throws some cash to the prom. Can't even be bothered to show his face. Do you think it's a little suspicious he's at work? Maybe he decided to ditch you and hang out with his girl toy instead. My father would never do such a thing. but I suppose perhaps he doesn't love me after all, if even this failed to sway him. Berzalia! My lady, you have nothing to fear. It's true the master is ill-mannered at times, but there's nobody in all of Zamuria who loves you more than he. If you don't mind, I have a message I'd like for you to hear. Perhaps it will demonstrate how he truly feels. Is that my mobile terminal? What's it doing here? The master sent a recording to this device yesterday. Please have a listen. Is this being on? Am I being recorded? First I should explain that I have to take off this morning on the first train out. Since we cannot speak in person, I want to leave a message for you at the very least. That's my father's voice. It really is him. I'm so sorry, Berzalia. I'm always so distracted with my work. I can only imagine how lonely you must feel. Your birthday is coming up soon, isn't it? I know I was away on our business trips for the past 2 birthdays and wasn't able to celebrate as I should have. But I promise you, I'll do whatever it takes to make sure I'm home for your birthday this year. And when I do return, I'm going to give you your present myself. Until then, it pains me that I have to leave you alone yet again. Please try to keep your spirits up. Know that I really, truly do love you. Berzalia, my darling daughter. Father, I didn't realize you cared so much. Glad you decided to step up and show he knows how to be a dad for once. How do you manage to come across that voicemail? I'm genuinely impressed. Well, I remember that the master asked me several days ago how to send such a message to someone. It made me wonder if perhaps it was the young lady to whom he sent it. Then, when I went searching, sure enough there it was. How could I have been such a fool? I shouldn't have doubted fire and tested him like this. I'm sorry, Rumsalt. I must confess, this whole kidnapping was planned by me. I was scared fire didn't truly love me, so I... Make nothing of it, my lady. You felt the need to act. I completely understand how you must feel. Thanks, Rumsalt. I'm okay, Eddie. You can let go of my hand now. I might not have achieved what I set out to do, but I still want to pay everyone what I can in exchange for their time. Berzalia, you don't have to do that, but if you're comfortable with it, I won't stop you. Not so quick, Eddie. This dumbass sob story's over. Now the fun begins. What's the meaning of this? We had a deal. Are you breaking it? You bet your fine rich ass we are. Why take your pitiful paycheck when we can make off with that hefty ransom? And it's all thanks to our wonderful pal Eddie. We couldn't have done it without him. It's not every day you meet a gullible mark who's just begging to be held hostage and robbed of her own money. You can't be serious. You tricked me, Eddie. I trusted you. No, that's not true. I only agreed to help out with your fake kidnapping. I swear. This is news to me, too. As for you two, gents, don't even think about trying anything funny. Hand over the case nice and quiet like. And make it quick, or else I can't guarantee Daddy's little girl will celebrate her birthday in one piece. You, if you put even a single scratch on Miss Berzalia, you'll pay for it. Man, I hate being right. I had a feeling it would go down like this. I didn't ask you to introduce yourself, but I know you're that famous spriggan everyone always talks about. I was on the lookout for cops or racers, but I sure didn't count on meeting someone like you. That there's one conniving old fart. So you know about Mr. Arkride as well, do you? I figure you to be some mere hoodlum, but it appears you're smarter than you look. A shame you wasted on such nonsense. Well, if you know who I am, then we can cut right to the chase. I took on a job, and I fully intend to complete it. You're giving that girl back one way or another. If you want to make a deal, we can talk, but not until you hand her over first. Otherwise, I've got permission from my butler friend to send you all to straight to Adios. Don't think I won't do it. Hey, hold on a minute, Jeffrey. The desire I know would never stoop to something this low. Put the gun down before you do anything we'll all regret, please. We never do something like this. Poof, ha, don't make me laugh. You don't know the first thing about us. Listen, I got you in the gang for one reason and one reason alone, because you made for a handy expendable pawn. But you know what? You did good putting this rich brat up to all this. Better than I ever expected, really. But I owe you one, so I'll tell you what. You can leave our gang right now if you're so queasy about getting your hands dirty. How about it? You can't be serious, Jeffrey. Tell me you're lying. I looked up to you. I thought you were badass. Quit your sniveling alright. Ugh! Eddie! Anyway, getting back to business. Where were we? Oh, right, letting the girl go free. I wouldn't push my luck if I were you. Last time I checked, you weren't in a position to be making demands of us. As far as we're concerned, this chick's just a pile of used bait now. You sure you want to push your luck? Eek! Very well, we shall go ahead and hand over the briefcase. All we ask is that you return a young lady to us unharmed. Yeah, you got my word. Now step forward nice and slowly. Any sudden movements and I blow her brains out. Stop right there. Leave the case on the ground and go straight back. I'll only let her go if you do. Got it, I hear you. Now comes the tricky part. There's no way he hands her over quietly. We already agreed that Rumsfeld would go in and rescue her while I held these idiots back. The question is what to do about the money. The safest thing to do would be to prioritize her safety and let the cash go. But that'd be 10 million mirror down the drain. Hardly chump change. On the flip side, Rumsfeld and I could trust Eddie with the case and focus on rescuing the girl. What to do? What do we do about the money? I need more gray. It's solid. I'm gonna trust Eddie to keep the money safe. You're damn right I did. Now it's your turn. Hand her over now. Ha ha. Ha ha. You think after netting this much cash doing nothing, I'm just gonna let her go? I'd have to be stupider than you. Amazing, a few measly little threats were enough to convince you to part ways with 10 million Mira. You're one of a damn kind. We'll be holding on to her for the time being. Better start scratching up some more Mira for the next ransom. No. Too damn predictable. Hey buddy, want to clear your name and do something good for once? Think fast. Van flung the attache case at Eddie, who caught it. Huh? Holy, this thing's heavy. Think you can scam us out of our dough, do you? Give it here, Eddie. No, I'm not letting Desire get a single coin. Wrong choice, buddy. I gave you a chance. Now go say hi to Adios, dipshit. Ugh! Eddie! What? My lady, over here. Okay. What happened? God, what the hell are you idiots doing? Don't believe me, boss. The old dick's stronger than he looks. They had to black out that entire scene because they couldn't even bother to animate the butler, who apparently has combat skills. Damn, never thought they put up this much of a fight. The numbers are on our side. It's 5-on-2, or should I say 1? Famous or not, you're still just a single spriggan flying solo. I'd love to see you take on all of us. Think I still work solo, huh? Well, I got bad news for you, pal. Arkride Solutions is expanding these days. Everyone, are you okay? Heh, sure took your sweet time calling us in, Chief. Now it's 5-on-4. Do I do believe it's fair to say that the balance of power is tipped in their direction? We all wish to say, thank you all for coming to our aid. Some reinforcements. You got chicks with you. Yeah, we still got the edge. Come on, Jeffrey, let's get them. Damn it, no, we're pulling out. What? You heard me, I said we're pulling out. Eek! You heard him, boys, time to scram. That means he's gonna show up for another quest and then we get to kill him for real. Don't think you won, jackass, I'll make you regret crossing us. Heh, well, that was the surprising turn of events. I have expected them to press their luck and come in swinging. Guess Desire's got some brains after all, especially in that fearless leader of theirs. But that's not the important thing right now. Shit, I can't believe I actually got shot back there. Ow! Eddie, Rumsall, he needs first aid right away. Can you help him? Certainly, my lady. Let me help too. Whew, good work, everyone. We got a lot done today, between rescuing Berzelia and patching up Eddie. He's not completely out of the woods. I got a hunch those goons are going to have it out for him after what he pulled. So I took the liberty of tipping the cops off about this whole mess so they can keep him on the radar. But at least he'll live to see another day thanks to our little hostages, quick linking kid. Eddie did nothing wrong. He was tricked by all the rest of them. How can I not help? He even managed to save the money. Thank you so much for everything, Eddie. I'm so sorry I ever doubted you. Why said it was terrible. No, it's okay. I totally understand. I'm the one who ought to be apologizing here. I'm so sorry I put you through that nightmare. I can't tell you how glad I am that you're okay. It's nice to see the two of you make amends. We'll cover the cost of his care. It's the least we can do to repay him for what he's done. Looks like you can handle things from here then. Unless you need anything else, I think we're going to bounce. Mr. Arkride, thank you, everyone. Thank you again for your assistance. I cannot begin to tell you just how grateful I am to have you on our side.
All in a day's work.
Daughter in danger. 2 SP.
Reward deposited.
It's a little more gray. We're so close. So free on everything. I mean, am I really alright being here? I stick out like a sore thumb. Oh, don't worry about those prying eyes. You're welcome here as my friend, so relax. So you're planning your exit from Desire, I heard. Yeah, I can't believe Jeffrey was all of them, really. Can't believe they were all like that. Looks like they're willing to let me off easy, so I'm getting out and I ain't looking back. I don't want to be some punk living on the edge for the rest of my life. Oh, don't judge yourself so harshly, Eddie. You're no punk. What? That's how I came across. I mean, ain't that me? Where did I go wrong? Oh, sorry, it's nothing. Just thinking about that child of mine. If I hear he's causing trouble, I'm finding him and dragging him back home myself. Brennan's son seems to be quite a handful. Yeah, he's had issues for a while now. Not replace the button, though. I understand her concerns. I can only hope they'll resolve the troubles. What? I thought that doing that quest would change things. My husband died when the boy was still young, so I had to raise him all on my own. I know it was tough for him, but I just don't understand what led them to all this. But I'm thinking too much. I've got work to do, damn it. I just gotta get off my mind. You need anything, you let me know. Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of Trails Through Daybreak. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit the bell icon.